All right. Wow. I'm excited to see what Yo will try in this one. We've got more Nomad action, and man, do these trees look cool. Both players start without a town center. This would be our third cast of these two playing Nomad. And you've got Project Belgium going for what used to be one of the best Nomad civilizations in the Chinese. They are still good, but they're not as good as they used to be. I will get to that. And then not too far away, we have Yo. Yo has gone for the Turks. Now, I've never seen the Turks as a civilization, which is tippity top on Nomad, but Turks are amazing if they can go fast castle into a castle drop. That said, this position for Yo is awful if he wants to get access to stone. His closest stone is underneath his enemy's TC, and then the rest of the stone is in the north and over here to the east. So, could be tough times for Yo if he wants to do what I just said. Might have to go for some other things in this game. Should have both players docking somewhere. Oh, wait. Chinese, they don't dock on a Nomad start, so that changes things. Yo has docked over here, though. So he will aim to collect some wood, and then with that wood, we'll make fishing ships, and then we'll eventually move over to other sources of food. Okay, so here's just like a quick little conversation about the Chinese on Nomad. So if you've been following Nomad, with events like Wandering Warriors Cup or just, like Nomad a lot, the tier list for civilizations that are at the very top are very small. In fact, you could just say three civilizations, truthfully. You could say like Malians, Spanish, Persians because of their starts. Now, you do have other civs that I think deserve mentions, but in terms of like all the bonuses that apply to their start, those are the three civilizations, with Malians and Persians being able to TC, dock, and add a fishing ship before the TC is even completed. That's unique and gives them a great start. And then Spanish building faster, and which leads to everything happening a little bit faster in the game. So what used to be with Chinese and Mayans was that the Chinese and Mayans would just like every other map where you start with the TC, they would have more vills. So Chinese would have 6 vills, and then the Mayans would have 4 vills at the start of the game. So you didn't have a TC, and you have all these villagers, and then that made them competitive with those other civilizations. And then eventually the devs, I think it was because of the map Steppe. I don't know if anyone remembers the map Steppe, but it's not quite like this. It's a land-only Nomad start. Anyways, they made a tweak because Mayans and Chinese were really strong there to get the extra vills after the TC is completed. And I guess truthfully, I want to sit here and talk about like what's good, what's not. Truthfully, I haven't even though that change happened like 2 years ago, I haven't seen enough games to really back up my current thought in the situation. But I do kind of miss the Chinese and Mayans starting with more villagers. Like, I think having a couple more civilizations that would be like really competitive with their starts, with those other couple civs I mentioned, would be good. All that aside, Project Belgium's start is looking pretty freaking strong anyways, right? Does have the villager lead, is going to try and still dock. Just had to get the timing a little bit different with this civ here. Now, Turks don't have a single bonus that applies to Nomad. Like, they don't have any eco bonuses that they're using right now. They're completely generic. So we're not comparing the Chinese to one of the other civs that I mentioned, but I needed something to talk about. That's what I wanted to talk about. The Chinese are overall a very competitive civilization if they're not falling behind early, as they've gave cheaper technologies and can pretty much play into any standard unit very well. And that's before you even talk about how good some of their unique techs and their unique units are. So, gotta love the Chinese here against Turks. I would prefer Project Belgium's position because of the start, but also because of the civilization. Unless Yo can get a castle drop going. But I think Yo is like, where's my stone? Dude, where's my stone? I think also might have lost a sheep over here. Might have an idea that Project Belgium has docked that area. But I'm not certain. That also could have been where a villager started. So, guess we'll see. Yeah, Red Wizard, I have really good cables, but you know how it is. It's like, if one cable is 80% connected or 90% connected, it could be an issue. And I have 500,000 wires in this room, so I'm going to have to get down and reconnect everything and mess with things at some point here. Somebody told me a couple weeks ago that there was that slight buzz in the background, and I didn't hear anything. And then I watched one of my videos recently, and I heard it, and I was like, crap. And I've been seeing more comments about it. So I'm going to try and fix it this week. Fingers crossed on that. But thankfully, it's not like a big glaring issue, because if there's a big technical issue, then I might not be able to make content. That would be worse. So, Snizer, the reason the dock came, the reason for the timing and the dock coming later is because the Chinese don't start with food. So most civs, you start with food, right? And so you're going to complete your TC, and then you send those new villagers to wood, and then you get the fishing ship. If you don't have villagers on food right away with the Chinese, you could have some big problems. So yeah, that was the reasoning. I think it's probably, I mean, honestly, how Belgium has played this has been so freaking smooth. The fact that the guy has maintained his lead this whole way through has been impressive. And I felt like the timing on the dock also just made a lot of sense to me. Whereas, like, sometimes, like, if I were to try it, I'm sure I would dock too early or too late. Would be floating resources here or there. Yeah, this is just so smooth, dude. He's such a good Nomad player. It's insane. We're going to have Yo click up. But Yo is walling. Like, Yo wants to go fast castle. Yo is looking for stone, man. Yo is looking for stone, I swear. Oh, please find it. Please find it. Please find it. Please find it. Okay, he finds stone. Yo has been searching everywhere with sheep and villagers for stone, I guarantee it. He's got gold, and he still hasn't clicked up. Maybe I'm wrong, though. I don't know. He didn't stop at the stone. Now is these two villagers here. I think Belgium has an idea that this is where Yo is because he lost sheep. He was clearly scouting here, and he lost some sheep, and he also saw a house. Okay, so there goes Yo. But Belgium doesn't have the full vision, right? So he's going to see walls, and he's just going to assume that his opponent's going fast castle and has a stone behind. I think what really hurts Yo is the fact that these berries are forward. If he had safe berries as well, I think it'd be a little different. He could always take the hunt here, though. Yeah, Snizer, it is. So, back in the day, Snizer, when they'd start with 6 vills, a build order was to get 2 villagers to build a mill on the shorefish. Now, keep in mind, you couldn't drop shorefish food off at docks back then. But you'd get 2 villagers to build a mill on the shorefish. Now, the shorefish are super spread out in this version of Nomad, but normally you'd have 2 of them, right? And then 4 villagers build the TC. And so by the time your TC was completed, you'd be in a really good position because you'd have food. So 4 villagers build the TC completes, you've got like 50 to 100 food, and then your start is somewhat normal at least. Arif, I appreciate the offer. I should be able to figure it out. I've had issues in the past, and I just have to check it. Again, I don't know any method to test it beyond... We're going to see a transport? Beyond just, like, unplugging things. You know, that's just how technology is. So, okay, so Belgium's kind of in, but he's kind of not, right? And he's going to place a tower here. That might be within the range of the TC. He might need to delete that one. I think he has to delete that one, yep. Oh, God. And he's fortunate... Okay, he's unfortunate because he loses the archer. Now, again, what's really important here is that Yo has stone, and he's made an outpost here. This is the most important area of the map for Yo. He wants a castle drop. This could be an epic one. Walling up behind. Now, of course, if Belgium has a transport, if he transports here, he can always transport around as well. I like that thought. Losing that archer does make this a little sloppier than he would want, though. Yo is bringing in pigs from the middle of the map that were scouts before, just Nomad things, so he can get some food income. And his fishing ships have now been found and are slowly dying. And there goes Yo on the way up to the next stage. And he really wanted to kill that villager, and does kill the villager, actually. I think there's a chance Yo could have seen that transport, but I'm not really sure what you do about it. I think you might end up needing to tower your wood line. and or your gold. In fact, if he had a lumber camp here, you could build one tower and kind of protect everything, I think. I think he wants to redock as well. He's really trying to think about ideas to keep himself in this on land. But yeah. He definitely doesn't want to give up on water. I love these types of Nomad games. The Nomad games where everyone goes water is like, it gets a little repetitive. This is really sneaky. I also love how fletching came in nice and fast here for Belgium. Belgium's fish is completely fine. He's going to take some food income here. Yo is 1 minute away from Castle Age. I think the position for the castle that would make the most sense would most likely be here because it can shoot back the buildings and the towers. But I don't know if he's expecting this. No, he saw it, guys. He saw it. I think he saw it before and is just going to get the timing so right here, man. Like, that's so good. Now, Belgium might dive underneath this tower. You need to place some houses just in case. And Belgium's got to make sure he chases down the fish. Belgium wasn't able to really track those fishing ships, guys. He added a bunch of his own, though. He's at 11, so he'll have a lot of food here. But those archers, they'll just split up now, but they're not going to do what they set out to do here. They will not kill any villagers. So it's one eco kill for both. Yo still has some water control. And there goes Yo with the castle. And now Belgium, you better click your way to Castle Age. And honestly, Stonewall. I think Stonewall's the play here. Stonewall this off because you do not want this to come to your base. Now, you would have to Stonewall a lot of things, but at least the front of your base would be protected. Maybe Stonewall here in a little circle. There's a lot of weak villagers here from Yo. He's trying to distract where he can. Anytime there's a weak villager, he pulls it back. Those two need to be pulled. This is good. Belgium's going to drop a tower. Belgium is now 2 minutes away from Castle Age. And Belgium has still not taken out these fishing ships. Those fishing ships have been so valuable for Yo. And now the towers will start to go down. So Yo has 0 eco upgrades. He does not have a lot of space, but these villagers on stone, they have changed this game. And I love how stubborn he was about it. He's probably thinking, what in the world am I supposed to do if I can't drop a castle with the Turks? This is what the Turks are known for. I'm pretty impressed with how he's made this happen. Even just bringing in the additional pigs. Saving all the weak villagers. All these tiny little things I think people who watch might take for granted a little bit. Or we all might take it for granted. Because if you lose a couple of those weak villagers, suddenly this is looking a lot better for Project Belgium. Project Belgium has gone double tower. Again, would have loved some walling here so the Janissaries can't move around much. Yo, still with those 4 on stone. However, oh god, wall it in here, Belgium. Wall it in. Wall it in and send archers. I don't think he actually knows. I think that villager was just told to go build another outpost. But that would make me really scared if I was Yo. Yo might drop a town center. Okay, instead of tower. Because he knows that he's been spotted. The range is slowly getting shot down. But look at Belgium's resources. He's in a great spot. Crossbowman upgrade on the way. He's going to be disappointed to see the towers on the way. That's just great awareness from Yo. Still fishing ships there. We'll have another range for Belgium, I guess. The Janissaries, though, go this way. And Belgium a little out of position, but he does sit underneath the tower for now. But great damage there from Yo. 4-1 eco KD. 11-2 KD. This is a guy who was stuck without stone. His eco's still not going to be the best if he can't use these villagers to place a town center. But you got to imagine he should be able to. The Janissaries will definitely be able to pack a punch against the crossbowmen. And then the tower fire will also help. So this shouldn't be an issue at all. Janissaries have 8 range. Crossbows have 7. And it's 17 attack versus 7. So just Janissaries are better, but you need a castle. And it costs food and gold. Whereas crossbows just cost wood and gold. And you can make them out of archery ranges. If you're wondering where the army is for Belgium, it's currently within the towers. So that's sneaky. He might consider guard tower as well, as he's dropping a university now. These villagers are now going to build a new town. And, man, Belgium loves his outposts. Check the vision for Belgium. This is awesome. There should be no surprises here. except for maybe what could come from that area. But he knows that Yo's over here, and he goes in for the fight. He gets in close. He has the numbers here, and this is a good clear up for Belgium. And at the same time, he is going to loop in here with fire ships. Now, Yo could maybe defend his fishing ships because he's got a demo as well, but it's unlikely that the demo will make that much of an impact unless Yo repairs as well. Now, Yo's going to do that, and Belgium's just going to try and kill the fishing ships. Yeah. Well played from Belgium. Castle Age fires do so much damage to fish compared to Feudal Age. I'm a little surprised we didn't see Yo go for a Siege Workshop, honestly. That is a very common thing. Janissary on its own isn't necessarily the strongest. When it's Janissary Mangonel, it can be a different story. I'm thinking that maybe he saw the double tower and just assumed his opponent would go for guard tower defense. And double guard tower is very strong against a siege push, so I think that that's likely where Yo's mind has been. Also, what's up, Catherine? Yeah, maintenance isn't for 3 hours, and we're going to cast the show match till then and then do some other things. Glad you could make it. Oh, also, Pia, what's up? Hi, T90, great to catch you live. Just watch your other videos the whole day since you're getting the flu. Well, that sucks. I'll just tell you what I've been telling everyone over the past 2 years. Take it from me. You'll get through it because I've got sick a lot the last 2 years. So the content creator immune system is not so good. Imagine that. Yo, look at this. I mean, actually, Yo needs to look at this, and Yo will look at this. But when I said, Yo, look at this, I meant like, Yo, people who are watching this, look at this. Yo is stonewalling in his town center. What in the... He's stonewalling in his TC because he sees that Ram is coming in. And Yo is going fast imp, so he's clicked up to imp in this TC. Wow. I mean, it depends on which is better, crossbows or Janissaries. It very much depends. Like, having the 8 range and 17 attack gives you a lot of opportunities. It's, again, as I stated, just so much cheaper. As Yo's just going to try and squeeze up a Siege Workshop here. This is funny. He's using the TC to hit the Ram. The tower's being hit through the diagonal there, which is really unfortunate for Yo. Oh, man, if only Yo would have been able to keep that tower up, maybe he could complete the Siege Workshop, and the pressure's on. The Siege Workshop needs to go up, but I don't know if it will. It's at 90-some%. Garrison. Oh, he gets it. This is his only gold right now. And he probably needs a Siege Workshop from here as well, because what he wants to do is he wants to use instant chemistry to go for bombard cannons. Also, love the tower here from Belgium. Love the guard tower choice. It's perfect. Belgium's expanding his economy, but Belgium is very much going to be stuck in Castle Age for a long time here. But I love the decision to also go for the Siege Workshop instead of the town center. He wants to remove Yo's ability to defend. And now Yo is... Oh, he had to delete the walls because he couldn't move the siege. So he deleted them all because he needed to react right away. And now he has to add another Siege Workshop. Meanwhile here, he doesn't have one yet. So I guess he'll make a Treb. Wow, this is interesting because... It's 52 eco versus 61. Now, obviously, this is the most important area of the map for Yo right now. But there is a chance he could defend. With one bomber cannon, he could, in theory, take care of all this. It's just such a weird spot to make a bomber cannon. Okay, wait, he's Vil rushing this. Oh, God, there's crossbows in there. Yo. Or is he running home? Okay, well, that's not what I expected to happen here. He is going to focus on his push here now, but all those villagers die. Well played, Project Belgium. And this new Siege Workshop is obviously useless now. So, it's tricky when you're in Belgium's position. There's varying instances where this can happen, so it depends on the situation in terms of what you do. But your outlook... generally speaking, needs to be, I have way more economy than him. I need to trade against 1 or 2 armies, and then we win the game. And every single unit you pick off from Yo here is so valuable, because Yo will not be able to make as much as you will be able to. So sometimes what players will do is they'll go all in Castle Age, and they'll sacrifice countless amounts of knights just to kill this because the eco difference is so huge. But it looks like he's just going to lean on the market here. And he's going to try and click up to the Imperial Age. But again, he's like not quite there. I hope he just doesn't use this TC. Yeah, I hope he uses the back TC. And yeah, he's used the back TC. Already lost 2 guard towers, though. So, like, think of all the things he could lose. A lovely tower here, though. That tower's epic. And it comes back to how much Project Belgium loves to make outposts. I think Belgium will deal with this, but this is sneaky from Yo with 2 leftover fires to hit some fish. I do not know. Okay, the pig dies. Sad times. I do not know what Belgium's economy is going to look like when he makes it to the Imperial Age. And I also don't know what the army comp's going to look like, because you cannot kill this with Castle Age army. Most imp armies struggle against this. Again, it's all numbers. Look, he's going to bring his siege over. He's trying to keep his crossbow mass up. He's going to add more ranges. But man, is this getting out of hand fast. Now, I think 1 bombard cannon will go this way to deal with that. But at least now Yo can come forward to this gold. It would be a big mistake for Yo to separate his Janissaries from his bombard cannons, though. So he needs to be careful of that. And you can see what the bombard cannons can do as they wreck the crossbows. And Belgium, he just drops the ... as if to say, like, maybe he tried to go another way, or he can't believe he just let that happen. These two are known for talking to each other, so if you don't know the players too well, they're always chatterbugs together. But, like, well, you know, Belgium's always like that. He gets the most chat you ever tend to see from Yo, as Yo's not normally very chatty. But now look at it. So it's 16 army for both players. Chinese do not get bombard cannon. You straight up cannot compete with that. And it's 50 villagers versus 60. This is an awesome game. Belgium was hoping that he could kill those Janissaries. They're still just Castle Age Janissaries. But the thing about this unit is they're so good with the Castle Age version that you rarely see the elite version. 17 base attack for a Castle Age unit. Why would you save up 1,000 food and 800 gold to get elite when you can just use that to make even more of the Castle Age? Ranges will start to go down. You have to be really particular on where you get upgrades too. So Arbalest is pretty pricey. That range goes down. Thumbring is on the way. Bracer will be in though, so they now have the same range as each other. What's attacking what? Oh, there's a knight attacking the dock. That's kind of funny. Belgium now is a bit more confident. Gets a good shot there. That's more than you would expect. And a couple of Janissaries have gone down. Yo now adding a town center again and lands a really nice attack ground there. And he just continues to use that method, just backing away. Oh, wow. Big shots for both, but army count 12 versus 16 now. Poor Belgium has lost so many archery ranges. He doesn't actually have a lot of wood. He's lost like 5 ranges. And that's a good strategy for Yo. Just continue to nail down production buildings, and then you should be able to eventually push the castle. Not sure about that TC spot, Yo, unless you think you're going to take the castle out. He did not know the castle was there, though. Fortunately, Arbalest is just still a little ways away here as the bombard cannons continue to dominate these ranges. And now Arbalest is on the way. This is huge. I guess there's only 9 crossbows to begin with, but if they became Arbalest, he'd have a bit more of a push going here. Yeah, this was actually just so he can complete Arbalest. That's the only reason he ran forward there, is just to distract. He knows that's his Arbalest range. Still not really sure how you engage against this right now. Yo took a lot of risks to get to this army composition, and he did it because he knows how strong it can be. And now he drops a castle here. And I don't think Project Belgium can stop this. The eco KD for Belgium's awesome. Like, he's going to look at that and say, what more can I do? But you can't stop this castle. You cannot stop this castle and also be competitive against the army. You can maybe do one, if that. And as you can see, he's not able to be competitive against the army comp. He did take out a bombard cannon, which cost-wise was probably worth it to lose the Arbalest, but the guy doesn't have wood, so he can't really make more Arbalest or more ranges right now. Yo's taking that gold. Yo, we'll be able to take this gold as well once this castle's taken care of. And I think Belgium needs to get a little lucky now with this trebuchet. He's probably going to pull the treb back here. And since trebs have more range, hope that he can take out the bomber cannons. This is awesome from Belgium. I was just going to say that, like, Yo is pushing through one avenue. But he is exposed in some areas of his economy. Especially, like, this area and now over here. So Belgium kills villagers there. But there's nothing to stop the Janissaries from coming over and cleaning that. And then, obviously, the villagers can still freely take gold and stone. But, hey, look at that. There's the treb. This is what I mean. Yo's distracted. No way. Oh. But, I mean, that is giving Belgium time. It's giving him time to mass more arbs. And giving him hope. Man, this is a wild game. This is the best game from the series so far from an entertainment standpoint. What a fun one to watch. Again, from the start, Yo, we knew he would want stone. He somehow got it. But then Project Belgium found that area that he had expanded to. It took it out. Castle almost takes out the bomber cannon. Yo's trying to find a spot where he can hit the treb, but he cannot. So he loses his bomber cannon, and now he's out of stone, so he could lose that castle. So it was looking so inevitable that Yo would push this back, but Project Belgium is not finished yet. He's got 3 ranges, also going for Elite Skirmisher, which is a perfect mix up against the Janissaries. And if it's just going to be the Janissaries, then I think Skirmishers and Arbalest can do it. It's the bomber cannons combined with that makes this strong. Also, fair point from chat. Belgium hasn't had a town center in a long time. So he's going to add one now. As we see Trebuchet now from Yo, which was from this castle, remember. And it's going to go for this area, which, I mean, is a fine decision. It's not a bad decision, but then you give up this area too. So, man, is it tricky. But I guess, like, Yo looked at this and said, okay, he's defended that for now. Let's just not allow him to expand elsewhere. Yo has done a tremendous job producing Janissaries, I have to say. Because, well, his food eco is actually better than Belgium's now. But for a while, he didn't have a lot of food in this game. Even healing them up is really smart. KD is 63 to 63 right now. You gotta love that. And Belgium, he's given himself a chance, but still, Bombard Cannon Janissary is a big, big deal. And he's just got to go with the numbers like we've been talking about. Unfortunately for him, he just does not have a lot of food. Like, the fishing ships are thankfully still working for him, but I think you need more than just that at this stage. A few more farms could be needed. There's a wood shortage in Belgium's town. But Belgium, this is amazing! Belgium says, okay, I'll just go for your castle if you're going to take out my castle. Oh, man. But the problem I see is that Yo could come back to deal with this. And Yo also could use this bombard cannon. He's had one on the way. And he could just pick away at this. Let's see. Belgium's thinking, please don't have a cannon in queue. Please don't have a cannon in queue. Oh, he gets hit. You can tell he's desperate. He's going to try and pick it off, but Yo's distracted. And Yo's going to let it happen! And now Yo could lose this castle. That's his only castle, guys. Then he can't make Janissaries anymore. Oh, God! This is unbelievable! This is an amazing Nomad game. Yo's got his whole economy repairing this castle. He really needs this castle to be up. He's also housed at the moment. And here comes his Treb and his bomber cannons to take out the Trebs. For Belgium, you have the hill. You have skirmishers mixed in as well. So those are all positives. And he still has one trebuchet firing there. And honestly, I would just say take out the bomber cannons. Because if you take out the bomber cannons, then the Trebs take out the castle. And if the castle goes down, then there's no future Janissaries. And then you might win the game. That was a tongue twister. Dang, man. Now, Yo could buy some wood and maybe have a bomber cannon come out here. Could maybe use the Janissaries for the Treb as well, I guess. These Janissaries have been in full micro mode. This Treb is firing upon the Treb. So, okay, Yo will keep the castle up. Belgium with some great thinking there to go after this castle, though. I really like that. Still, however, he is not able to take Yo off of this area. And Yo might possibly even be able to save this trebuchet. Again, I'll say the same thing I said a moment ago about Yo. He's done a great job keeping his Janissary number alive. For a guy who has to produce his unit out of a castle, it's been constant. It's more so the bombard cannons now that are the big question. Wow. Couldn't Yo march around back and just keep Belgium with no TCs? It would have been GG almost instantly. You never want to get in a position where you can't easily have a line of reinforcements, though, right? Because you don't know exactly how much they're going to have. So if that would have happened, I'm sure you said that a moment ago, and he's over here with 2 bomber cannons and however many Janissaries, and then he has like 5 units trying to reinforce, that the reinforcements get picked off, and this army can get surrounded and trapped. So you always want to have that area behind you protected in most cases. So, sorry I was late to responding to that, but I think that had Yo done that, it could have been a problem, perhaps. But the big reason Yo was distracted with that push against the castle was because Project Belgium started to attack here. And so I think it was just wonderful play from both players this game. Hit different areas and know what the opponent's not going to be able to achieve on the other side at the same time. Yo is going to push the middle now. In fact, I think both players push from this position now. We've got 17 Janissaries. We've got what will soon be 2 bomber cannons. Yo's adding a stable. He might be thinking Hussar because there's so many skirms. But I don't think this guy really has the eco to get into Hussars right now. We've got Belgium being very patient with his Trebs right now. He will have to repair his castle. And he will have 4 trebuchets. Now, this all comes down to the siege micro, honestly. Well, all the micro matters, of course. This micro is very important. And it's easier for Belgium to make his army. Also, for the most part, only wood and gold. You don't need to have that same food eco, but with skirms, of course, you do. And Belgium's been dodging the shots from over here, and he's trying his best to take out the Treb, and Yo repairs the Treb! So Belgium has to hit the repair bills, but the Treb should go down, but now the ARBs go down too. So now if you don't have an army to protect your Trebs, you could lose your Trebs if you're Belgium. Oh, this is so crazy. Belgium just wants to push back the bomber cannons, push back the bomber cannons, push back, dodge, 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 delay, 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 delay. Another castle. Belgium will take out the castle from Yo. He's got 35 army now. They'll have 2 castles on this hill. And maybe this is it. I can barely see the bomber cannons. There they are. The thing is like, even though Hussar is great against a skirm mix, Yo doesn't have... Oh, wait a second. He actually got a lot of upgrades. I thought that was going to be the first upgrade. He's actually getting plate barding armor. But now, I mean, he's going to produce 5 Hussars, and then he has no food. So it's like... It's kind of short-lived. And Hussars don't help against castle fire too much. So, I love how much production Belgium has now. I thought he was so dead. Arbalest, skirmishers out of the ranges, Chukanus out of the castles on the front. I think Belgium could close this out. I think if he could just take out these bomber cannons, he has it won. Because Yo is to continuously add more bomber cannons to push it back, and like he's on the clock right now, and he's at a limit with how many resources he can access. There's also no easy way for Yo to raid because of the castles are everywhere, and because Yo has to send everything that he has to fight this right now. Any raid that heads towards Belgium's base is just going to be a sign for Belgium that he could just run right in and kill everything here. Because I think he already could. Belgium went from, what, 30 military to 65 military over the last couple minutes here. And I think this is where we see the GG called. What a great game. What an amazing game. Yeah, he just slowly moves in. A third of Yo's economy has to repair the cannon. He's Chukonu melting the Hussars as we expected. And that was a fun one, man. That game right there is why people like Nomad. That was so cool. The fact that we came in here knowing that Yo would need stone. And I said, he's not going to have to do it. He's going to try something else. But he got to it. And he got to his castle. And we had a just think of the things that we saw in this game. If you just, split it up in individual moments. We had transporting. We had tower rushing. We had archers. We had skirmishers. We had castle drops. We had siege pushes. We had guard towers. We had bombard cannons. We had trebs. We had so many different aspects of the game. For Yo, obviously, it was a little bit more one-sided, but that's how Turks tend to play if you go for this type of strategy. You rely on pretty much 2 units, bombard cannons, janissaries. But Belgium had to do a lot of other things. I don't want to say he made it look easy, because he didn't make it look easy, but he made it happen somehow. I think, like, for Yo, where it started to fall apart a little bit for him was when he had the 2 bombard cannons and his forward castle. And I think, again, I have to credit Belgium. I'm not going to take anything away from him because Belgium was going for attacks over here, and Yo only had 1 army. So Yo had to go deal with that to save the villagers. But, like, I don't know. Maybe there's a world, since you have the castle to protect you there, you leave your bombard cannons and you still continuously try and mass and push this area. And then you send your janissaries over here to deal with the raids. Yeah, the perfect KD, 123 kills and 123 deaths. And it was the perfect Nomad game. That might end up being the YouTube title later on. You could see the wood and stone difference there, but even the food, like Yo, who was relying on pigs and fuelage and didn't have near as many fish, ended up collecting more food this game. And what a sick game. A big reason you're going to have more wood if you're Belgium, right, is because you needed the ranges and you needed to rely on wood for all your military. And then for Yo, he needed food and gold for his janissaries and for the faster imp, of course. And what more can I say about that? I don't want to leave this, but I have to. I can't just sit here forever. So I hope people enjoyed that one as much as I did. And what a fun game.